Scott, a tough defeat to take. What's your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, it's another one of those games where I feel like I'm almost going to kind of copy and paste what I've said in the past, where we're disappointed to go in 1-0 at half time. I think Elgin were the better team up until they scored the goal, and then we were talking about it before the goal went in, about changing shape and trying to get players higher up the pitch and stuff. And I think that gave us the ascendancy going into half time, and it felt like there was a goal coming. But sadly it never did. And then obviously in the second half, again, similar format, did feel like we were going to get a goal, and then they get a second one, and it just kind of didn't feel like it was just, but we weren't good enough in front of goal either. Missing the target when we should be being composed and putting it in the net on rebounds, and hitting the goalkeeper when we should be aiming for corners and stuff. So we had our chances to get level, we had our chances to get back in the game, and thankfully we managed to pull one back. And then, you know, it's one of those things where you're thinking, right, 2-1, here we go, we're back in the game, and then within 60 seconds it's 3-1. So I'm going to say it's one of these things the boys have to learn. You know, I'm actually asking the same questions I was asking in game one. You know, so what are boys actually learning? You know, developing, and but that's the questions I'm asking myself now. And you know, we need to see more from some individuals.
I thought at the start of the second half we really started well, and you know, didn't get that goal. They got that second. You know, things just didn't really kind of go away. But I thought overall the performances have been better, maybe throughout the competition than they were at the start.
I agree. And I think sometimes maybe the results do reflect that. But obviously no points on the board, and that's probably a big disappointment. But I certainly think, you know, tonight's game especially, I think Finlay Allen kind of gave us that impetus and gave us that threat. And I don't think the number 2 for Elgin will have enjoyed playing up against him tonight, because he was cutting inside, he was linking the play, he was getting shots, crosses in the box, and then when he tried to make sure he didn't do that, he then took him down the line. So, you know, he did give us that attacking outlet that we've probably missed in a lot of these games. But sadly there was no goals to show for it, so that's another thing he has to work on.
You must be delighted for Rory Hughes to get his goal coming into the team for tonight.
Yeah, Spuddy is one of the boys that, you know, I've only just started working with him this summer, and there was a lot of positive feedback from him in the under-16s group last season, and he's been part of this group in most of these games, and he's featured, he's came on in a couple already, and he's that type of striker where he's probably prefers to play off the left, but Finlay Allen was doing so well there. And he's always good for a goal or an assist, so we thought, you know what, put him through the middle, and I thought he'd done absolutely brilliant to take it into his path, into his stride on the receive, and he's managed to keep it low and miss the keeper, and it's gone in at the near post and gave us all a wee bit of hope, because it did feel like it was coming, and it just never accumulated to anything more than that, sadly. But plenty of optimistic. The fact that, again, I think we finished the game with you know, a large portion of our boys that can play in the Youth Cup still, and another 3 16-year-olds coming on in this competition. So that's what I genuinely believe this competition's for, and it's been great for us.
Yeah, and that's the end of the competition for us. But how have you found the competition as a whole?
Honestly, I really hope to do it again. I don't know if it's been a trial run this season, but for us, it's given us everything we really want. And one of the biggest things for me is the boys have the opportunity to showcase themselves. You know, they're coming out here, they're playing against first-team players, maybe ex-professionals, ex-Premier League players, or playing against guys in front of managers and coaching teams that maybe consider taking them on loan, or if, you know, anything was to happen where they were to be let go, then they've got potential to go and showcase themselves for the rest of their careers. So for me, there's nothing quite like competitive football against League 2, League 1 opposition, and that's a real eye-opener for a lot of them. It certainly has been for us.